What's up guys, Jeremiah from Babbling Backyard here. Today's video we're going to take some fish from the tank and we're going to move them into the pond for the summer. So let's not waste any time, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is use a 30-inch pan net for catching these koi. If you don't have a pan net and you handle your koi a lot, these are excellent for doing that. There's a link in the description below for this particular pan net. Trying to catch koi with a smaller net can be very difficult. We're going to take a big swipe through this pool. From here we'll use a sock net to transfer the fish. There's a couple different types of sock nets. There's the net kind that lets the water out, and those are useful for certain things, but to reduce the stress of the fish when I'm moving, as far as I'm moving these, I want the ones that hold the water so the fish is in water the whole time I'm moving it. There's also a link to this one in the description below. So what I'm doing is I'm transferring the fish from the tank to a tub that has a measuring device in it so that I can get the measurements, and then I'm going to move them into a blue pool so that I can get some pictures of them, and then we'll show you some comparisons from where they were to where they are now. This is definitely a really cool fish. This picture doesn't really give it justice, I don't think. It's a 2-year now. I love how the color is developing in this fish. If you see this picture here from when we first got it and we had it inside in the fish tank, it wasn't much to look at. I just really liked the butterfly fins, so I picked it up for that reason. I'm super happy with how it's turned out. I never expected this, that's for sure. Let's get this guy moved over into the pond now. So the next step that I'm going to do is acclimate it to the pond water. So I have a tub next to the pond that is part pond water and part water from the tank. So I'm going to sit it in there and let it hang out for a little bit, and then I'll move it in a minute. Next we have this asagi. This is a female asagi. It's probably closer to 3 years old. This is the first year that I put it into a heated tank for the winter, so I got some growth out of it through the winter. She really is a pretty fish. I love the pattern on her. I love how it's a little more broken, so the net's open more. Her development is doing great. She's just a beast, and she is an eater too. So really nice to watch her in the pond. So we'll get her moved over to the tub next to the pond. Next we have this guy here. I'm kind of bummed a little on this one. This is a great fish. I really like it a lot. It's only 3 years old, and I can really appreciate it. I do think it's strange. I don't have some earlier pictures of it, but it's lost red over time. So it had more red and it's lost those red patches. It still has red. It's not all gone, and maybe it'll come back. That's the crazy thing about koi, is they can keep changing. But this one now looks like it has less red than before, especially on this side over here. Those have started to change more black even within that area. So let's go ahead and move this guy over to the tub next to the pond. The butterfly's been in here long enough, so I'm going to go ahead and move the butterfly now into the pond. So I'm going to keep working through the fish this way, and we'll keep showing you the different fish. I'm not even sure what I would call this fish. It's a cool looking fish, but its coloring has really faded over time. When I first bought it, I thought it was going to be a platinum white fish. That's why I bought it. And then it started getting some little markings on it, and I was like, okay, so I guess it's not going to be platinum. And then full-on color started coming, so I really didn't get what I thought I was getting, but I liked the fish and had some really cool patterns on it, so it was turning out great. And then this last winter, when it grew out some more, the coloring really started to fade away on it. We'll see how it turns out for the summer in the pond. Maybe we'll get some of that darker colors back into this fish, but this is one that I'm not real happy with how it's turning out. Now to my Yamabuki. This is a fantastic fish. Its growth hasn't been what I was hoping it would be, but it's really doing great. I mean, there's some dirtiness in this picture, so it's hard to tell, but it definitely has some cool color and some cool scale formation that I really like. So what I just put in here was my male Asagi. Super cool fish. This is a little different than the female we saw earlier. The netting is much tighter on this traditional looking. I do have some orange splotchiness up higher on this fish. Kind of wish that wasn't there, but this fish is beautiful. I can't complain. I've got a great looking fish here. Both of my Asagis are just awesome. Unique in their own ways, but they're still really cool. Okay, so this is the first of the Japanese koi that I'm showing. So this is a Terrazzo Kawaku. I picked this up from Kot's Koi, so Children of the Sun in Washington. Super cool fish. It's a high quality fish, so I'm expecting great things from this fish. This fish has never seen the pond yet. This is the first time it's going to be in the pond. It's been in the heated tank all winter. I picked it up at the end of the year last year, so I haven't even had it very long, and it's doing great. So what I just put in here was my Platinum Genrin Ogon. Super cool fish, really clean fish. I really like this fish a lot. I just wish that it would grow more or eat more. It is one of the fish that stays at the bottom. I feed fish and it will go below all the other fish and just kind of hang out and wait. I have had the most growth from this fish over this last winter. When it was in the heated tank, it got a lot more food because the bubbler inside of that heated tank is so extreme that the food gets sucked down in like a vortex situation, and then this fish would eat as the food would get sucked down to it. I want to get this guy really big because of how cool this fish is. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that stuff, because I'm going to show it. So here is another Japanese koi that I picked up last year. At the same time as I picked up the Terrazzo, I picked up this Saragoi, and it is from Marseille Koi Farm. Tons of growth already out of this fish just in the months that it's been in the heated tank. Super cool fish. I do wish that it didn't have these little spots here. It's not the highest quality Saragoi, and this fish eats a lot of food and it's gonna grow a ton. I was stoked to get this fish and really looking forward to seeing how it grows out. Alright guys, hopefully you liked this video. Hopefully you appreciated the comparisons of the fish. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. I have plenty more like this one coming, and take a second to enjoy these guys.